PGH Comic Expert here, coming at you with what I think might be my last haul video for a while. Life is getting in the way here as far as needing to put some tires on the vehicle as well as brakes. Else, I won't pass inspection. So I guess that's important. As more, I don't know what can be more important when it comes to spending money in regards to buying comics, but whatever. I kid. Anyway, I've had some people ask me at work what the PGH stands for, and I I understand like why outsiders of the Pittsburgh area wouldn't get it, but I mean these people were from Pittsburgh, so PGH has been an abbreviation for Pittsburgh for a long time. So I do refer to myself as the Pittsburgh comic book expert, but it's just abbreviated PGH for YouTube purposes. All right. That being said, you probably noticed I got a different backdrop here. I'll pan up. Yep, that is a Jim Lee artwork Batman poster. I thought that'd be cool. That's from Hush. And you can see I've got a store starting off here with Daredevil number 173. So I was out in Latrobe today, and I went to Westmoreland Sports Cards, Comics, and Gaming. I've been out there a couple of times. I've also bought off of that owner in the Steel City Con before, and just like I said, I was out that way today and thought I'd stop in. Didn't spend a ton of money. Did just buy a handful of books. So been looking for Daredevil 173 for a while. That completes my Frank Miller artwork run on the series. Next books I picked up from there, Spider-Man 313. That's a pretty badass McFarlane Lizard cover. Sorry, I'm shooting on my iPhone 6 today, and it's first time I'm using the iPhone for video, so we'll see how this goes. Amazing Adventures number 1. It's a reprint of X-Men number 1, and Eastman and Laird's Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 6 from Mirage. I love that artwork, and that's when all the Ninja Turtles wore red. So interesting enough. Okay, Half Price Books was there recently. Picked up a couple of these G.I. Joe comic magazines. Thought those were pretty cool covers. You got Storm Shadow and Cobra Commander on the one, and the Dreadnoks on the other. Never knew G.I. Joe did the little magazines like that. I'll get to, let's see, Half Price Books. So I picked up a bunch of Harley Quinn from there. And I'll just go backwards. So we had Bombshell cover. I think that's Popeye. 17, 14, 13 with Power Girl on the cover. These were all $1, by the way. 5, 4, 3, second print of 2 with Poison Ivy on the cover. Number 1, it's a double. And Convergence number 2 with the classic Harley logo as well as the classic costume. And she's got Captain Carrot held hostage. I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, so those are all going to be for sale because I'm not really a huge Harley Quinn fan. I just know that she's marketable, and I could flip those comics for a good bit of money on eBay and probably use it to build out my Silver Age collection. By the way, this is the 4th time I've shot this video today, so I hope it sticks. Alright, last thing I got at half price, Walking Dead number 48. That's the death of the governor, Lori Grimes and Judith Grimes. That is awful that they killed Judith in the comic, but whatever. At least they didn't do it on the show. Okay, resale shop. The guy's been dry for a while. I did pick up some books there. Web of Spider-Man, number 26, number 29. I love the art, the way that the Web of Spider-Man is right here too, on the early ones. Marvel Spectacular number 2, reprinting the Mighty Thor. I think I want to say it's 136. 2 copies of Ultimate Spider-Man number 1, free comic book day edition. One of those has a faded back cover. Eric Larson cover of Spider-Man 330. Let's see, Web of Spider-Man number 2. That's a higher grade than the one that I have, so I'll be getting rid of that one. And Web of Spider-Man number 1 annual. Those are both annual, I meant to say. Also in a higher grade. Pretty impressed with that. The guy sells comics for 3 for $1, so I wasn't really going to pass that up. Otherwise, it's the same stock I've been looking through for the past 6 months, so there's really nothing worthy. Alright, so local shop. Didn't spend a lot there. Been on a Iron Man tear. 121. Classic name wearing Iron Man cover. That's the Demon in the Bottle story. 163, that's the first Obadiah Stane. Probably remember him from the first movie. And 281, that's the first War Machine armor in cameo. So that's all for the local shop. Okay, I want to talk about proxy bid. So proxy bid is similar to eBay, except the auctions are longer. And I'll just show these one by one. Or basically, I put in a bid like a month ago on these comic novels, and nobody else bid on them, so I ended up winning them. Spider-Man Collector's Album. That one is colored all to hell on the inside. Savages. Incredible Hulk. That's a good one. That's a pretty hot one on eBay. Batman. Another Batman with Adam West on the cover. And Captain America. This is actually a novel. It's not even a comic. But pretty cool artwork there. So yeah. I think that cost me $8. Okay. More proxy bid auctions that I just, like I said, laid down a bid and forgot about. Ended up getting Deadpool number 23. It's Dead Reckoning Part 1. And then 24 for Reckoning Part 2. And 25. So nobody bid on these either. I don't like Deadpool. So I'm going to be putting those on eBay here soon, along with the other 300 some books that I'm trying to sell or trade. Anybody wants that list, just message me, and I'll put something together for you. Or message me if you're looking for anything in particular, and I might have it. Okay, another thing I laid a bid on and nobody else followed up was I have another run of 10 Nights of the Beast. That's the first appearance of KG Beast. And I believe that is written by Jim Starlin, as well as the covers are by Mike Zeck. Alright. Just saw a bunch of Harley Quinns on Madman's video recently. He's got a ton. So, here's a cool one. I was talking about that old Ninja Turtles. This is also Eastman and Laird. This is Fugitoid number 1. That's a one-shot. That's from Mirage. It's actually the size of a magazine. It's in a magazine sleeve. Fugitoid has there's an ad in here for Ninja Turtles, and I guess that's what kind of made it worth something. But nobody bid on it, because I bet nobody but me, at least in that auction, knew what Fugitoid was. Here's a double, but I think it's higher grade than the one that I have. First appearance of Boba Fett. That is Super Special Magazine, number 16. It's a classic. And what I was really happy to find on Proxy Bid that I was surprised that nobody bid on, especially in this grade. Bam. Legend of Zelda number 1. Let's get a little closer here with that. Let's adjust my lighting a little bit here. That might be too much light. Alright, that is a stellar book. Really hard to find. And I think that Valiant actually did Nintendo comics way before the Jim Shooter era of heroes, if that's what you want to call them. Okay, was in Omaha, Nebraska. That is it for Proxy Bid. Really happy to find that. I got that Zelda book for $10. In the wild, that book costs a lot more than that. Usually $150. So, back to Omaha. I was there for work, and Omaha is a comic town, let me tell you. So, I'll start with ranking my favorite comic shops there. Legend is my favorite. Legend, usually I go with my friend Rob, who has a pull list there, and they take care of their pull list subscribers. They give them 50% off of everything in the drawers or the bins. So that was, they ended up giving me the same deal because I was in there with Rob. So, still on the Iron Man tear. Bought all Iron Man there, really. 126, that's the first appearance of Justin Hammer. Number 200, first appearance of Ironmonger. And then we got the entire run of Armor Wars, also a Bob Layton title. Oh, that Ironmonger, that's also the first appearance of Silver Centurion armor. Let's see, continue with Armor Wars, more Armor Wars. This one here says Verse the Captain, but that actually looks like U.S. Agent. Don't know where they got that. Stealth suit cover, that's a pretty cool one. Continuing on, Armor Wars action cover. Iron Man getting blown to hell. Tony Stark on the cover. Who is the new Iron Man? And here is the epilogue of Armor Wars. So yeah, I was really surprised to have gotten the whole run there. Also, I'm pleased with that. Got these two books from the back wall at Legend. I didn't realize that when I bought it, but I'm not really super pleased with this one. Has a water spot in it that kind of goes through most of the book. And I don't know how I didn't notice it when I bought it, but that's Iron Man number 10. And then I also picked up a nice high grade of Iron Man number 11. So yes, Iron Man, all Iron Man from Legend. Okay, sticking with Omaha. Legend was my favorite. My second favorite shop is Dragon's Lair. That was the first shop I ever visited when I went to Nebraska for the first time in 2012. They've since moved locations because their building got burned down. But yeah, they still have a good decent amount of stuff there. Plus the owner's from Pittsburgh area. He moved to Nebraska in the 60s. So I remember I struck up that conversation with him first time I ever met him. So starting with Dragon's Lair, I ended up getting X-Files number 0. That's the pilot adaptation. That's a great episode. One of the issues from For Tomorrow, Superman 210. That's volume 2. Great Wonder Woman cover. More Iron Man, Bob Layton stuff. Iron Man versus the Hulk. And then this looks like the conclusion to that battle. Not really pleased with how the Hulk is drawn there. Don't know why this book shot up, but it's going to be going for sale. That's the first appearance of Colossus as the Proletarian. It's a stretch, but I think the rumor is that he's going to be the Proletarian in the Deadpool movie, so I don't know. And the last thing I found there, a little beat up on the edges here, but Avengers Annual, King Size Annual number 7, that's a classic Thanos cover. Thanos is hot right now. Haven't decided if I'm going to keep it. So, still a few more books from Omaha. This was from a coworker. It was really nice of him to give that to me for covering his client load on Monday. And that actually has a McFarlane signature there. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but he doesn't know if it was really signed by him, but you know, he just gave it to me. I was like, oh, that's cool. Thank you. And then the last shop, the shop I like the least, I don't dislike them, I just like them the least out of the 3 that I visit, and that's Krypton Comics, just because sometimes you find some really nice stuff there for reasonable prices, and other times you find some stuff in there lower grade for unreasonable prices. I mean, it's just, I don't get it. So this book here was the only book I bought because I just couldn't find anything else. And it was worth it though. That's the first. That's a really, you know what? I'm gonna call this a hot book, or I'm gonna call it a stealth buy. I'm gonna call it an undervalued and overlooked key issue. This is the first, from all my sources that I've checked, this is the first time Neil Adams has drawn Batman. Detective 395. People think of Neil Adams drawing Batman, they all think of Detective 400, they think of Man-Bat, or they think of Batman 200. This predates that. So, at $20, that's what I paid for it, and it was in the consignment box. So, go get it. Awesome cover. A little bit of issue here on this one. So that is all for my Omaha run. Again, I make that trip once a year. My son wants to shoot a video of his books, so I'm going to try and get through the rest of these as quickly as I can. Let's see, so last one were some eBay auctions. So, thank you, Don Comic Book Junkie, for pointing this one out to me. I think it was him and Mercenaut, and maybe even, I don't know, I've seen this on a few of your guys' videos. I do have the first print of this book, but second print covers is great. I think this might be, I need to research this one, because like I said, I just started getting heavily into Iron Man. That is, I think that's the death of the Titanium Man. He's been a villain of Iron Man's for a long time, since Tales of Suspense 69. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. This is not Billy Madison. And if that is his death, that'd be pretty cool, because he's been a character for a while. So, also, that's Bob Layton artwork. Like I said, I've been on a Bob Layton kick with Iron Man. 127. And I already showed you 128. I showed you that last video. 124. These were all like last second eBay steals for a couple of bucks. These are in my local shop for 25 a piece. So 120, yeah. Alvin, not happening. Not paying that kind of money for these. Great cover, by the way. And then 119. So those were the auctions that I actually paid money for. I had some eBay bucks laying around, and I was able to pick these up at no net cost. So these are the last books I have. We got Thor, number 168. That is part 1 of the Origin of Galactus. And then the conclusion, 169. Those are great books. And then the last one here is, this is a shocker. And this is turning into a hot book, because on eBay right now, this book is $50 or better. I got it for 20 eBay dollars. And it's relatively new. It's a newer DC book, but it's not super new. It's like 90s. Or 80s even. 1990. So I had to double check. Suicide Squad number 48. That is a classic cover. Joker, Barbara Gordon, Batgirl costume underneath. That's after the Killing Joke. I'm looking for the next one that has her holding the hand cannon, pointing it at the Joker, telling him to smile. Great. Love that cover. I don't even like the Suicide Book comics, or Suicide Squad comics, but I had to have this cover. So take it what you will. Go out and find it. If you see it in the shop for cheap, get it. If you don't like them, don't like the cover, flip it. You'll make money on it. Trust me. Alright, that's my haul. Thank you guys for watching. It's nice to know I got a nice shout out the other day from one of my viewers. I'm Detroit Madman. I'm subbed to him as well. He was giving a shout out to everybody that that he watches, and a good chunk of those are ones that I watch as well. So I appreciate you guys pushing your videos out there, giving me, the expert is always open to learn, and I'm always open to teach my ways and spread. My executive producer wants to shoot his video. So, yeah. I'm always looking to spread some comic knowledge out there, and I'm always looking to gain it too, and you guys help me gain a lot, as well as, hopefully I'm able to help you just as much. So that's what I got. Looking forward to the comments, new format, and I'm even working on an intro. So if I can get it going for this one, just let me know what you guys think. Peace. I'm out of here.